Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to tonight's training. So tonight I'm going to be speaking to you about how you can really boom your business through using the power of collaborations and connections. It's a really important topic, not just for increasing your sales. There's so many other opportunities and reasons why this is so beneficial. And even if you're the kind of person who is just maybe a bit introverted and you just if even if you're the kind of person saying that's not my thing, then just watch this, because believe me, that was me before. So just watch. I do have a lot of new followers because I've got a lot of ads and lead gen stuff going on at the moment. So let me just briefly introduce myself to any new followers. My name is Beth, and I am a multiple business owner and a business coach, and I specialize in recurring revenue streams, importantly, multiple recurring revenue streams, because we really do need to have those safety nets in our business. There's three things that are really important to me, and there's the three things that I work on with my clients, and that's making more money, having more time, more freedom. Those are the really important things, and the things that I specialize in. So tonight I'm going to be talking to you about collaborations and connections. And this is such an important topic. When I first started out in the coaching industry, I was I felt like I forced myself to go to in-person stuff. I really tried to avoid it. I started out I've always worked with coaches from the very beginning. Before I even got into coaching myself, I was working with coaches on my other businesses. And it's something that I was always sort of told to go away and do, but it was something I kind of did and felt quite forced to do, like going to networking events, putting myself out there to speak on stages and be seen and, make these connections. And I always struggled with the in-person stuff because I always felt, I'm quite introverted, and I don't like using them labels anymore because I think we're just too quick to label ourselves. And the thing is, we are conditioned, and we to be how we are. And the fact is, we can be anyone we want to be. And it was something that I've really started to work on recently. And I can't even tell you how much different I feel now at the moment, connection, meeting in person, and being in a room full of female entrepreneurs now is just such an incredible buzz for me. Whereas before, it would terrify me. And I'm going to go into that in a bit more detail and tell you exactly the things that I've done to really overcome that, because it's so important. But first, I just want to talk to you about why it is so important. Now, the thing is with connections and collaborations, it doesn't just bring all different kinds of opportunities. One of the really key things which all business owners want at the end of the day is more sales. They want to make more money. And the thing is, when you have strong connections and relationships and friendships, that becomes really natural and easy because you just get recommended referrals. Those things happen so much easier when you have people in your corner cheerleading you and all that stuff. I've had so many clients come my way through other people, and a lot of them, the plus side of that as well is when leads come your way, or potential clients, whatever you want to call it, when people come your way who have been referred and recommended, it's a different kind of lead. So I pay for adverts. I also, do all different kind of organic lead gen methods and paid methods. And none of it compares to the quick conversion that you can get from connections and collaborations. The thing is, when someone else recommends you to a person, it's kind of bypassing a lot of that know, and trust aspect that you need when it comes to selling. It just means that, that trust part, they are trusting the person who's recommending, so when someone's referred to you, a big barrier is already overcome because they already trust you because someone has told them that they trust you, so they trust you as well. And it just means like, and it shows, like I've had it so many times, and it's really, really common as well. It happens to anyone who's really strong with connections. In-person stuff as well, like when you sell in person compared to when you sell online or through computer or through emails or through social media, you sell so much easier. Like people convert quicker when it's in person. And it's just such a quicker, easier process to make those sales. So it really, really like increases your sales conversions and just makes things a lot easier, because then you've got other people doing the work for you and bring those leads your way. And it's not just for like increasing like the sales either. It's about, getting that visibility and exposure. Like so many opportunities come your way when you've got a good group of people in your network that and when you go deeper with these relationships as well, it really, really opens up a lot of doors, like the kind of opportunities that come your way, like speaking on stages, networking, getting into other people's groups. There's just so many opportunities that come with this, and it's really, really important. But the third thing that is a real big driver for me when it comes to like the importance of having good connections and relationships, for me, is the support. It comes like that support, guidance even. It really, really helps you, because when, as business owners, we're on our own paths, and a lot of the time there can be things that prop up and you might think, oh, I don't know what's best, Bear. Do I do this or do I do that? And things are not always clear to us. Like we've always got the answers inside of us. We've always got the answers inside, but a lot of the time it's not clear to us. So we just need a little bit of help and guidance to see what that answer is. And when you've got genuine, real, true connections and relationships with people who understand you, and when I talk about relationships, connections, I mean like in the kind of industry that you're in, and and similar industries, because that's where the strength comes from. When you've got people who understand that, other female business owners, other female entrepreneurs, especially like if you're in the online space and stuff like that, then it becomes like they can sometimes see what you can't see yourself. And it's just about having that guidance, having that reassurance, and having that like boost, really, because it gives you like that confidence as well. Like having really good relationships and connections, it really, really boosts your confidence. Like how many of you guys have like pre-pandemic, I bet you were like out quite a lot. I bet a lot of you were like networking, doing stuff in person. Like how many of you have gone quite the opposite since? Like I've heard and I spoke to so many women who are feeling like they just completely out of sync. Like this whole pandemic has knocked them, because they used to be like really, good with connections and in touch with people. And then all these lockdowns and everything happened over the last 2 years. And it's just completely and utterly knocked, not just, the path, but it's knocked the confidence. And it's really, really important that you can see how much like surrounding yourself with these kind of women and these kind of connections and relationships really, really does just boost your confidence, and it helps you to see your own qualities, because we are human after all, and a lot of the time one of the things we can be really, really guilty of is not seeing our own qualities. Like we all do it. We all get like carried away, like imposter syndrome, and that who do I think I am feeling. Like everyone gets it. A lot of people get it. Some people get it worse than others, but I guarantee you, when you're surrounding yourself with people who love and adore you, they will just bring out the best in you, and they'll help you to see the best in yourself. It just works wonders. So like some of the things I want to talk to you, like I've talked to you a lot about why you're so important. I want to talk to you a bit about the things that you can work on to get yourself you know, in a position where you feel comfortable and confident doing like in-person stuff, especially like if you're starting out and you're not used to like getting out there and connecting, especially for newbies in business, or maybe not even newbies, but people who are used to like doing things their own way and maybe feeling a bit lonely. Maybe you've been in business like a year or two, but you haven't really been like getting yourself out there and connecting, so you feel like things are a bit tough because you're a bit alone maybe. It really doesn't have to be that way, and the more you get out there and meet people in person, the more fired up you'll feel. So I'm going to talk to you about the things you can do to really help you like get out there and do that, because I know how scary that can be when, you know, when it's something you're not used to doing. Taking that step, like going to that first event on, oh, can you hear all the girls laughing downstairs? I'm actually in London at the moment with my business friends and mastermind sisters, and yeah, they're all downstairs now laughing and giggling. I can hear them. So yeah, like if you're in a position like that first time where you like go to that first event and have to walk in on your own and all that feeling, I know I've been there. Like I used to be the person who would literally go and sit in the car like and hide on the lunchtime rather than mingle and talk. I would like, if I was staying over, I'd go back to the room because I would just feel so awkward. I wouldn't be able to like go up and talk. And no, like if we were in like quite a group of women and everyone was like discussing and giving their, I would sit there silent because I just wouldn't feel like, I would just be the one sitting there. I wouldn't talk. I wouldn't put myself out there. It would make me a bit nervous to do that. And quite recently, I went to a 3-day workshop and I must have been the most outspoken person in that room. Like I literally, it was as if something clicked finally and I felt so confident. And you know, the host of this workshop as well, this 3-day event, was actually like in the end like coming to me for like and asking me questions and saying things to me because she could see I was so confident and okay with that and answering questions. And it was like something just finally clicked and I felt like, yeah, I do, you know, I do know my shit. And not only do I feel confident online, but I can feel confident in person too. And I don't need to just go into the shell when I'm in person, because that's an issue I had. I had a big issue with feeling confident when I was online like this. But then second I was in a room with people, I would start to feel a bit like all those imposter syndrome things would kick in. And finally, like in January, I was on this 3-day event and I really, really felt in my element. Like I felt confident. I felt like, yeah, I do know my shit. And I was just, it was really, really good. And I connected. I don't think there was a single person at that event the whole weekend that I didn't connect with. Like I was just loving life and really like vibrant and energetic. And when you're like that, you don't even need to go out your way to speak to people. People come to you. And it's like I've made so many connections and friendships from that event that I just know are going to be long-term connections and friendships because I open myself up to just really receiving that. And then, you know, the people who are really meant to connect with you do. And it makes such a difference. Like it really, really does. So some of the things you can do to like get to that point, and a lot of it all comes back down to mindset. Like some of the things that I've been working on really, really consistently is being aware of like where my little mindset demons come in. So I journal quite regularly to just get to the root of things. I've done quite a few like exercises, like written letters and stuff to like, you know, little me, like little child me, to kind of just bring myself to like understand where some of these like inner subconscious or unconscious feelings of like come from, and these hidden beliefs or thoughts. And it's really, I've worked a lot on it just to uncover it. And like it's simple, like all you need to do is just get a pen and paper and just start like really questioning yourself, like, you know, asking yourself, you know, do you want to feel more confident? How do you want to feel? Like how do you feel? To recognize how you feel when you're in person or going to these events, to like really see that. And then like ask yourself, how do you want to feel? And start like really challenging yourself, because when you do that, you open things up, you open yourself up to be able to change. And it makes a big difference for, when it comes to like working on your mindset, to be able to recognize what you're working on. So I would always say, like, just get a pen and paper and start writing, challenging yourself, like doing some of these exercises. And then to really like reprogram that and start to believe in yourself, have that confidence, is literally just like keep telling yourself. Like that's all I've been doing for months and months and months, is just keep telling myself like the opposite to what I feel, or what I think. So I'd be like constantly saying like, I am the expert, I know my stuff, like I am known, I'm liked, I'm loved, I'm trusted, I'm worthy. All these things you can like keep telling yourself. And one day then all of a sudden you just, yeah, I do, I believe it. And when you combine that with actually being around women who see you for what you are, that is just like combined, it just snowball affects your confidence. It really does. It makes a big difference. I notice a big difference in myself when I'm around like-minded business women compared to when I shut myself away. And when I've done that in the past, I like spiral a bit out of control, and then it's hard to like pull yourself out of that rut. So what I would say to anyone like watching this right now who feels like, do you know what? Yeah, I do want to be that person who's outgoing and knows everyone, that kind of person. You can be that person, and the thing you need to do like right now is take that first step and be like, yeah, I do want to be that person. Start working towards it. Just put yourself out there. If you come across like an event or something in person that you think, I'd love to go to that, but whatever that but is, like, you need to just squish it straight away. You gotta just take control and take action and just make it happen, because I guarantee you, once you just like show up and make some friends, that's going to really strengthen and help your confidence. It really will. Sometimes like you can, people I've heard of clients, I've spoke to clients, I've heard of like loads of other people as well who've like worked for a long time on mindset, and then they just still are doing the thing they want to do, but they're not quite there with their mindset, and they keep working on it. And sometimes like if you feel like you're in that position where you're just constantly working, it's not making a difference, maybe just do that thing that you're holding back from. Just get out there and do it. And yeah, those are just some of the things that I think are really important, and just quote your way into it. So I hope that was really useful for you guys. If you do want to deep dive into a challenge, I have a challenge coming up the end of Feb. I'll pop the link on the threads here so you can find it easily. But it's going to be like my signature stuff. We're going to be going through multiple recurring, smart, passive, whatever you want to call it, income streams. And we're going to be looking at growing your audience like in the most smart way, because I'm always about making life and business easy. We'll be looking at like smart money management, all this kind of stuff. And most importantly, you will get to connect with other like-minded business women. So if that sounds like something you could really do with right now, then just come along for the fun. And I will see you there. I'll pop the link in the comment, and I will wish you good night. I did think we were going to get bombed by the girls tonight, because they were like teasing me saying, we're going to come in and bomb your show. And I was like, yeah. But they haven't. They've been well behaved. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I will catch you later.